Imagine a battlefield, a vast expanse where the echoes of war still linger in the air. Thousands upon thousands of men clashed in a desperate struggle, their cries of valor and agony filling the skies. Now the fighting is over, and a haunting silence blankets the land. The ground is littered with more than just broken weapons, it tells the story of a fierce and brutal conflict. The aftermath of Roman warfare presented a daunting challenge, a grim testament to the ferocity of the encounter. The sheer scale of carnage, with tens of thousands dead, was a logistical nightmare, a scene of unimaginable devastation. Victory came at a heavy price, leaving the survivors weary and haunted by the memories of the fallen. The task of cleaning up these killing fields was immense, requiring the efforts of both soldiers and civilians alike. It was not just about hygiene, it was about honoring the dead and providing closure to the living. It was about maintaining order amidst the chaos, ensuring that the aftermath did not descend into further disorder. It was about demonstrating the power and efficiency of Rome, showcasing their ability to rise above the devastation and restore order. For the Romans, battlefield cleanup was more than a practical necessity. It was a crucial part of their military and cultural practices. It was a deeply symbolic act, intertwined with their religious beliefs and societal values. Unburied bodies were an affront to the gods and a threat to public health. The Romans believed that the spirits of the unburied could not find peace. The stench of decay alone could spread disease for miles, affecting not just the soldiers but also the nearby communities. Rome could not be seen to abandon its citizens, even in death. The act of burying the dead was a demonstration of respect and duty. Leaving thousands of corpses to rot would invite chaos and undermine Rome's authority. It would signal weakness and neglect. It was essential for the morale of the army and the citizens back home. The sight of a clean battlefield reassured them of Rome's strength and order. Rome restored order to the world, even amidst the horrors of war. This meticulous process of cleaning and burying was a testament to their discipline and commitment to civilization. The challenges of Roman battlefield cleanup were immense. The sheer volume of debris was staggering. Weapons, armor, and personal belongings were scattered across the killing fields. Thousands of dead horses and pack animals added to the gruesome task. The most pressing concern was the bodies. Left to rot, they would attract scavengers and spread disease. The Romans knew that a swift and organized response was critical. Delay would only compound the horrors of war. Section 4. The Grim Task. The Romans approached battlefield cleanup with characteristic practicality. Dedicated units, often made up of slaves or prisoners of war, were assigned the grim task. These men had the gruesome job of burying the dead. They often worked under the supervision of Roman engineers. Tools like shovels, picks, and carts were essential. Mass graves were the most efficient solution, especially after large battles. The bodies were often stripped of valuables before burial. This was a grim necessity of war. Section 5. Preventing pestilence. The Romans understood the link between sanitation and disease. To prevent outbreaks, they burned the bodies of the dead. Large pyres were constructed near battlefields. The fires burned for days, consuming the fallen. Quicklime, when available, was used to control the stench and prevent the spread of disease. Water sources near battlefields were carefully monitored. Contaminated water could spread sickness to soldiers and civilians alike. These practices, while crude by modern standards, reflected a surprisingly sophisticated understanding of public health. Section 6. Cannae, a case study. The Battle of Cannae stands as one of the most significant and devastating confrontations in ancient history. The Battle of Cannae in 216 BC exemplifies the scale of Roman battlefield cleanup. This battle was a pivotal moment in the Second Punic War, showcasing the tactical genius of Hannibal and the resilience of the Roman legions. Hannibal's crushing victory left over 50,000 Roman soldiers dead. The battlefield was littered with the bodies of fallen warriors, a grim testament to the ferocity of the conflict. The task of burying the dead fell to the surviving Roman forces. These soldiers, though weary and demoralized, had to undertake the grim duty of clearing the battlefield. It was a massive undertaking that took weeks to complete. The scale of the operation was unprecedented, requiring meticulous organization and relentless effort. The stench of decay hung heavy in the air. The sheer number of decomposing bodies created a health hazard, adding urgency to the cleanup efforts. The Romans likely used a combination of mass graves and pyres to dispose of the bodies. This method was both practical and necessary to prevent the spread of disease. The sheer number of dead made this one of the largest cleanup operations in Roman history. The Battle of Cannae remains a stark reminder of the brutal realities of ancient warfare and the immense challenges faced by those who survived.